are the knights of the appropriately shaped table.
Ladies and gentlemen, goobers and goobettes, it is the first inaugural episode of the Knights of the Appropriately Shaped Table. On this quest, we'll see our adventurers band together in Quadonia in one of the 7 city-states of imagination. But before we get there, our adventurers need to meet each other, and you should probably meet me. So my name is Mike. I will be your DM, that is your dungeon Mike, for the majority of the adventure. And I am joined by 3 of my special friends. That came out a little bit weird, but Jake, how are you? Who are you? And are you excited?
I'm good, man. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me. And I'm very excited. I was telling Mike this, just for everybody who knows, I've never done like a full campaign. So hopefully this is like the first full campaign that I can see to fruition. So there's a lot of pressure on the other people that are here. I'm just saying.
Oh, we're going all the way through. I have a baby due in 1 month, but we'll just take a little hiatus. It'll be okay.
Yeah,
everything will be great. Do you have a character voice, or you're just going to send it as it comes?
My character is a little bit of talk like this. That's all I really have to say about that.
Okay, that's going to work perfectly. I can't wait to hear how it pans out. But our Queen's trusted advisor, a little bard named Nick Alyss L. Bach, is played by Amelia. Amelia,
hello.
hello.
That's Nikki to you, Nick L. Bach. Yes, hello. Believe I have actually not played very much either. So this is also very early days D&Ding for me as well. So you are not alone. But yeah, I'm excited. I love pretending, and it's going to be super fun.
Yeah. For the people listening at home, if you are looking for true to the book, as real as it gets, this is the must watch to learn the rules of D&D. You'll learn a lot about D&D while you're here, but we will do our best.
I'm hoping to learn a lot about it. So, I mean,
if you want to tell us afterwards what we did wrong, we would love to hear, because we're all learning here. And we are also joined by Ike, played by Isaac. Isaac, how are you?
I am so good. This is also my first campaign. Actually, I think I'm the only one who has not played a Dungeons & Dragons campaign before, but I've played a lot of Baldur's Gate 3, so I think I'm just about a veteran by now.
Yeah, that's all you need. Just 1 or 2 runs of Baldur's Gate. Don't even get out of Act 1. Just get caught at the mountain pass and call it a day.
Yeah, I barely made it past the Goblin Camp, but here I am.
Yeah, and now you're on a Dungeons & Dragons podcast. What more do you need?
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlefolk, are you ready for adult make-believe time?
Of course.
Sweet. So, first of all, this is in the imagination. That is the name of the big overarching country that we are in. It is divided up into 7 different city-states, and the city-states have been banded together by one king, the one king that is ruling the nation. You serve the Queen of Quadonia, which is one of the 7 city-states, and you find yourselves in a trendy tavern in the capital of Quadonia. As you look up, there's a sign over the door. It says Fireball Tavern. It's lined with classic wooden paneling. This looks like exactly what you would want a tavern to look like. And we see, standing outside the tavern, a little nervous to go inside, Nikki, a male bard who we will find out later has interesting feelings for the queen. And Amelia, tell me, what does Nikki look like?
Nikki is a tiefling, and he is very tall. He is very pretty. He's a light red color, and he's very, very charming, especially with when he smiles. People absolutely love him. He has many instruments that he plays, but mostly he carries a lute pretty much at all times, which he has in his hands right now as he is preparing to walk in and give people a show.
Okay. Okay. Does he like strum a couple chords on the lute to get himself hyped up and ready to go
Yeah,
in?
he's strumming a couple chords, and he's like, you got this, Nick, you got this." And he is gearing up to try to win over people like he's super good at. So,
Perfect. Nikki has been given a very, very important quest from the queen that we will dive into a little bit later. But first, you open the door to the tavern, and all of a sudden, you are just caught off guard with the lively scene that is inside. You hear music playing from the side. It's the band Kanye East, and they are playing an old timey tune that everyone's jigging to on the dance floor. The dance floor is absolutely crowded. There's a bouncer who's haphazardly checking IDs as he's also trying to keep an eye on the crowd. And you see directly in front of you a barkeep with an old timey mustache. He's a large human male. Just picture Popeye with a mustache, just jacked out of his mind, and he's wearing a tunic. As you look around, you see on the dance floor there is a tall, well-built human wearing a common shirt. Sorry, not a common shirt. A tall male tiefling with a man bun and a classic old-timey mustache. He is dancing, getting jiggy with it, having a good time. And then you notice, out of the corner of your eye while you're scanning the dance floor, a lanky but muscular red-skinned Eladrin elf. He's dressed in robes down to his arms and knees, and he's just absolutely moving and grooving it to the dance floor with a beautiful elven woman. You see simple but eloquent autumn leaves and stars adorning his sleeves. He's average height but with a slender build. And then, out of nowhere, you see him do a backflip on the dance floor and produce thorns from his fingertips trying to impress this girl. The girl, unfortunately, was not impressed, and she walks away, and you see this character move to the corner a little bit defeated. Who would you like to talk to?
I would like to stride up to the barkeeper,
Okay.
and I say to the barkeeper, "Hello, sir. Good day."
Hey, what do you have to drink?
No drinks, no drinks. I was just wondering, who in here might you say is fit and of fighting age males that I may speak with, that you would recommend?
Okay. Are you looking for any specific reason? You looking for staff? You looking for just, our regulars, or what kind of folk are you looking for?
Just well, uh, uh, maintained people who are looking to have some adventure, maybe?
Okay. If you're looking for people that are looking for adventure, we have an old bouncer. He's been working here for a little bit, trying to pay his way through some things. You probably notice him at the door. Sleeves are ripped off, jacked out of his mind. We call him Hammy. This is for Hammy down, but he's a pretty good dude. And then if you're looking for more past that, I'd probably check out the dance floor. The people up here at the bar, I love them to death. Hey, looking at you, Sue, but they're just here to drink and have a good time.
Well met. Goodbye.
Hail and well met.
And Nick beelines straight for the bouncer.
Okay. As you work your way towards the bouncer, you see an orc on the dance floor who's clearly had one too many vodka Red Bulls. And yes, that is the blood of a bull mixed with vodka. So it makes what they call a vodka Red Bull. And he is stumbling, bouncing into people. And then you see that bouncer that they just described. He looks approximately like a tall, well-built human with the common shirt with his sleeves ripped off. He's got commoner's pants. Doesn't look like he comes from a lot of money. And he moves away from his post where he was checking IDs. Didn't check yours, though. And he stands up to the orc. He's probably head to the orc's nose, but the orc's about 6'7". We're talking this guy should be playing basketball, not dancing on the dance floor. And with one swift hip toss, throws him from the dance floor out of the bar, out of the room. And then he claps his hands together and slowly walks back to his post.
Ah, yes, just the type of man I'm looking for. Hello, good sir.
What do you want?
I want just a moment of your time that may change your life.
I'm a little busy here. I don't know if you can tell.
Okay. Are you sure I cannot bother you for a minute? What about if there's money involved, would you get involved then?
Mm. All right, what are we talking about?
Well, here's the deal. Prince Ash has been reported missing. His last known location was Cleash Cave, which is only a few miles up the road. The Queen's Guard is on high alert protecting her, so she needs the help of some adventurers to save him from whatever trouble he's gotten into.
Adventurers.
Yes.
That's me.
You consider
I can do
yourself an
that.
adventurer, good
Yes,
sir?
yes,
Good, good.
yes, good sir. I can do that.
All right. Whoever helps me in this journey will be given high-ranking positions in the guard and plenty of gold.
Oh, count me in.
Count you in.
I am in there.
That was
I'm in
easier than
there.
I expected. Good. Well met.
Real quick. Just want to dive in here. Has Ike Hand-Me-Down Bumheart ever gone on an adventure before, or is he just looking for gold?
He thought someone like this would approach him right when he came in, and that didn't work out. So he's just been working as a bouncer for the last who knows how long. But now someone approached him. He hasn't been actively seeking anyone out like he probably should have. But
he's just been staying in shape, getting ready, and like he really ripped the sleeves off that way. People would know.
This is his hero's journey.
Awesome.
It starts now.
We can't wait to see it. All right, so the two of you're scanning the bar. You still see that defeated tiefling in the corner, just producing a little bit of magic out of his hands. You see just a crowd of people on the dance floor, and then you see an orc and a goblin. That is Kanye East, and they're playing their little jiggy tune, and they're saying a song that sounds a little bit like Adventurers in Paris. Who do you talk to?
Nikki approaches the orc next.
Okay.
Because he looks big and strong.
Okay. He is in the middle of the set. He's dancing, and as you get closer, he's just bouncing up and down with his magical microphone, just thinking that you're a fan approaching.
So he's playing music? Is that what you're saying?
He is.
Okay. So is he a DJ?
He is the rapper of Kanye East, and the goblin is playing the tune.
Oh, okay. So he's actively playing music?
Yes. Are you going to interrupt him?
No, I'm not going to interrupt him.
Pardon me, sir. Turn off your music.
Okay. Who's the next strongest looking guy in the area?
I would say, you're just looking for brawn?
Yes, definitely.
There is a Goliath in the corner with his arms crossed and 1 foot against the wall.
Would you say he looks approachable?
No, I would say he looks like he is here to do something that he does not want anyone to be a part of other than the party invited.
All right, I check out the dance floor. Who's partying it up on the dance floor?
Okay. As you approach the dance floor, you see a group of elven girls all swaying and flowing to the music. Their shimmering dresses shining in the tavern light. You see a couple of adventuring male men that are still in their armor from a day of adventuring that are just also drinking their Red Bull vodkas and just bumping into each other and like doing little bro chest bumps.
Okay. I approach the adventurers that clearly just got back from another adventure.
Okay. As you approach the adventurers, they think that you're trying to form a dance circle. So they open up, and then the elven girls also join in. They form a circle of 6, and then they throw you into the center of it. What do you do?
Center of a dance circle?
Yep.
Oh, I dance.
Okay. Give me a performance roll.
Okay, don't mind if I do.
Look at us rolling dice.
Let's see.
15 minutes into the show, first Dungeons and Dragons being played.
Performance is +7, so 18.
Okay, with an 18, you hit the dance floor and you hit the nastiest robot that anyone has ever seen. They don't know what a robot is because robots don't exist here, but they're like, "Oh heavens, how is she moving how is he moving like that? It looks so clacky." And you're roboting with it, And as you do that, you see the defeated tiefling that was in the corner see an opportunity to jump out in front of everybody. And you see that same guy with the leaves and the stars adorning his sleeves jump into the center, and he just starts breakdancing like you have never seen before. And then halfway through his breakdance, he begins to spin, and he actually does a little wild shape, and you notice that he's a druid, and he turns into a raccoon and lands in the classic pose, hand against the ear, elbow on the floor, hand on the hip, and just shoots you a little wink.
Well met, good sir. I challenge you to a dance-off.
Well, okay, let's do it.
Both of you give me a performance roll.
23.
9. Okay. You see, still in his raccoon form, Avocado begins to try to jerk, and then he tries to end it with a whip, and as he does that, he stumbles from one too many drinks and falls out of the circle. And then you see Nikki dive in and just start doing like a little bit of MC Hammer, and is just crushing it. Everybody's going, whoa, as you are dancing. And clearly the dance battle was won by Nikki. The crowd dissipates, and you see the raccoon pick up his clothes off the ground that have fallen off after he's wild shaped and begin to slink towards the exit.
I give the audience a bow, a very deep bow, and then I chase after the druid.
Okay. The crowd they all clap as you bow, and Hand-Me-Down is following you, a little bit in suit, and you catch up with the raccoon right at the door.
Well met, sir. What a wonderful dance-off. I have a proposition for you.
Okay, let's hear it.
You don't have to read the whole spiel again. Just Reader's Digest version.
How would you like to help your queen?
Okay. Sounds like a plan to me.
Welcome.
What are we doing?
All right.
The reward is a high-ranking position of guard and plenty of gold. What do you say?
I'd have done it for 6 beers and a taco.
You can have that too.
Perfect.
All right. And with that, you step outside and you notice that Nikki arrived with 4 horses, hoping there would be another adventurer, but was only able to enlist 3. And all of you begin to ride to Cliche Cavern. Okay, so you enter the outside of this cave. As you notice, there are 2 mouths. There's one on the left, one on the right. That's how directions work. And you see another person, a meek, small-statured man that Nikki notices is Barnaby, as he's wearing a Queen's patch and is a low-ranking member in the Queen's court. And he goes, "Excuse, are you here to find Ash?"
Ah, Barnaby, good sir.
Nikki, I've missed you.
Yes, delight. Look, I have brought assistance. The assistance we require.
I hope they're stronger than the last ones.
They are, aren't you? And I nudge Ike.
The last ones?
What do you mean?
What happened to the last ones?
Well, I'm not supposed to talk about it.
Do not worry. Do not worry. It's for the queen. We will do what must be done.
The last group went in and they never came out. I don't know what's in there, but it can't be pretty.
So an important question here. By the way, I'm sober now, which is why my voice changed. So are we supposed to bring them back too, or are we just like assuming that they're gone?
I wouldn't. If they're not back by now, they're not back.
If I find them and they are no longer alive, can I steal their clothes and sell them to my brother Hank?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Take this. You're going to need it. And he hands you a piece of chalk, a spool of sturdy rope that feels like magically imbued and it's not going to break, a bag of 50 small, these look like Legos, but obviously we're in fantasy time, so they're just like little wooden Legos, and a rat. which he hands directly to you, Avocado. He could just tell by your nature garb that you would want this rat, and it starts like squirming in your hand. Cool. Who wants what stuff, and then which way do you guys go?
I suppose I'll take the wood Legos.
Okay.
I just grab them and say, "Thank you, Barnaby."
What
Of
was
course.
what was the other item?
A piece of chalk and a sturdy rope.
Ooh, I'll take the rope.
You can have both.
I'll take the chalk and the rope.
Heck yeah. Do you like
No.
tie them together, or do you just drawing
I'm
things
a-
on the ground?
Yeah, I'm gonna tie them together, and I'm gonna hold one end. I'm gonna just drag it behind. So we know
Oh,
where it is in
So we
case
don't
we
get
get lost.
I. Okay,
Does-
let me make note of that. That's actually brilliant.
Does Hammy get lost a lot?
Hammy thinks a hero just ends up where he needs to be.
Ooh,
You can't really get lost.
Okay.
hey, that was concerningly good. All right, so there's a cave mouth to the left. There's a cave mouth to the right. Leinenkugel, if you'd like to sponsor us, please let us know. And which way would the adventurers like to go? Or do you guys have a discussion about it, or do you just follow somebody else's charge?
So it's left or right?
Yep.
All right.
Hammy votes right.
I leave it up to the adventurers because I have not done any adventuring, and I did my part recruiting them. I just look at
Avocado-
them and say, "Which way?"
Avocado looks back at Barnaby and asks, so those people you said didn't come back, which side did they go in?
So there have been 3 groups, and
Okay.
2 went left and 1 went right.
To me,
The
it
ones-
sounds like we should go left. There's more stuff there.
The ones that went left,
More stuff like more dead people.
I heard
Yeah,
less.
like more stuff
I
we
heard-
can steal. And I can sell to my brother Hank.
I heard less screams from the left.
A hero must always do what's right.
All right, he convinced me. Let's go right.
All right. You enter this cave, and it starts as a large cave mouth, but as you work your way through it narrows down to a slender path. You can feel the cold walls dripping with water and kind of closing in around you, and you have to move into a single file line. What order would you guys go into?
I'm in the back and I'm strumming my lute
Okay.
while walking.
I
I'll
feel
go
like
in the-
Hammy.
I was going to say, I'll go in the front because my character is the slimmest, and it sounds like a pretty narrow passage.
All right, I'll go on the right, and I'll just be dragging the chalk in my left hand.
Okay. So we got Avocado, Ike, Hand-Me-Down Bumhart, and Nick Elbach in that order, with Nick Elbach. As you're squeezing, you're just strumming a couple chords, living your life. But before you get any further, all 3 of you give me a perception check. And no, we will never be using passive perception because that's for losers.
Ooh.
Shots fired.
26.
Jesus. Okay. You guys don't need to
25. I can't do math.
You don't need to say anything else. You notice before anybody else does, you hear the sounds of a campfire crackling and goblins just going like talking over top of it. And you hear that before they hear the sounds of your goober bard playing music behind you. And what do?
I raise my hand up in the air and start protruding thorns out of my fingers again and go, shh, shut up.
I stop playing the lute.
All right, so you all successfully get to be a little bit sneakier as you approach the goblin camp. With a 25, I will say you notice there was a tripwire at the end of this entrance with bells over top of you. So I assume that you would all point it out and step over it.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I
So
danced
as
over it.
as you enter the cave mouth, you now found yourself along the back wall, hidden behind the crates, and you begin to scan your surroundings. With that, go to a perception roll. You notice that there are about 3 goblins. They're all just like turning something over a campfire and swapping stories about the things that they have done. You see a pile of armor that looks far too big to be goblins that must have been from an adventurer behind you, or I guess in front of you if time works that way. And You're hiding behind their supply crates, and you notice 2 tents that also are on the other side of the goblins. So you have a couple of choices here. You can try to attack the goblins, you can try to sneak around, or you can give me a reason to talk to them.
Barnaby, with all the confidence in the world, strides up to the goblins and goes, "Hail and well met."
Okay. Barnaby's still at the cave entrance, but Nick does that.
Oh, sorry, Nikki strives up to the goblin, says, "Hail and well met, good goblin sirs. We are looking for a prince."
Okay. All of the goblins turn and look at you, and they start snickering, and one of them goes, "Hey, shut up. And so you're looking for a prince?
Yes, a prince who goes by the name of Ash. Have you heard of him?
Oh, we've heard of the prince, but we haven't seen anybody.
Oh, you
We've
haven't
seen a couple.
anybody?
We've seen a little bit of bats. Would you like some freshly roasted bat?" And they point at what's spinning over, and it's 3 bats over the campfire that are sizzling and look to be about done.
Oh, what a kind offer! I would love some. And he takes one of them and takes a bite.
You just grab it right off the fire. Okay,
Yeah.
Give me a Constitution
Like
saving
on a
roll.
stick, right?
Oh, you grab the
Holds a
stick?
yeah.
Okay,
Holds a stick,
okay, that sounds better.
takes a bite. Mhm.
I thought you just grabbed the bat and you were
No.
just gonna have a singed hand.
He
Okay.
pulls the stick off the thing and then puts it and then takes a bite.
You
For
see
friendly.
one of the other ones go, "Whoa! Hey, those are ours! Hey, put that down!"
I put it back down and say, "Thank you, gentlemen. Can you point us? Have you seen anybody come through here?"
It depends. Who's asking?
Well, I am Nikki, Nick Elback, Bard of the Queen.
Of the Queen, say. You hear that, boys? Bard of the Queen? He turns to you and says, "How much are you worth?"
Well, good sirs, not nearly as much as the reward for finding the prince.
We ain't heard of no prince, but we see you just fine. And you see them all like slowly beginning to draw their daggers.
Are we still hidden, or are we?
Yeah,
all...
they haven't seen the two. The 2 of you are still behind the crates, for all that I know.
Ooh.
Well, good goblin sirs, there's no need to fight. So I suggest you put your daggers away before things get hairy.
The only thing hairy here is the bats. We burn the hair right off. I bet the hair would burn off you real nice.
I have brought adventurers with me that eat goblins for breakfast. So,
Hey, she's not alone. And you see one of the goblins bolt off the camp and begin to do a circle around, and you see him work his way around one of the tents, and he's about to come up onto the supplies that Avocado and Ike are hiding behind. Gentlemen, what do you do?
I believe we can settle this without violence, good sirs.
How'd you like to do that?
Hey,
hold up. Hold up. We'll hear you out. He's talking to the boys.
I do believe that the best of friendships are made with song and dance. Wouldn't you agree?
No. They're made over bat in a
I
cave.
believe you should give it a chance.
That's how my boys,
Nikki
Adam and Wallace, became my boys. We were eating bats in a cave. Now we're friends.
Nikki pulls out his lute and strums it. Does that change your mind?
Give me a what would this be?
Either
A
performance
persuasion?
or persuasion.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Well, I rolled a 19 and my persuasion's good, so.
All right. Well, we're still gonna keep an eye out for your buddies, but you can go. And you see there are 2 more mouths to the cavern. There's one that seems to go kind of back towards the way you came, but maybe it curves around to go the way that you need to go, and then there's another one off to the right of that. The one to the left seems to be a more wide and able to be managed path, while the one on the right seems a little more precarious.
Right. Tally ho. Come on, fine gentlemen. And I just start to the right.
Okay. They said you could go.
Oh.
I'm gonna stand up and stride smoothly and heroically, dragging my chalk on a rope behind Nickelback, just acting like I belong there.
Give me a persuasion roll on confidence alone.
All right, persuasion. First roll. I got a 4.
Yeah, I ain't gonna cut it. They go, hey, boys, that's one of them. Get him. And everybody, I won't say everybody, because Jake, you're still hidden, so you can enter combat whenever you would choose to, but the two of you roll for initiative.
18.
Right.
18. Jesus.
I got a 10.
All right, give me one moment while I roll for 3 goblins.
And while they're doing this, can I swing my scimitar at the nearest goblin that runs towards them if they attack?
That runs like towards you, or like
Because I'm still by Hammy over here.
Yeah, you are pretty close.
So when I'm still kind of hidden, but when a goblin gets close, I want to scimitar him.
Okay. So right now we have Nick. What did you get? Nick Elbach.
Oh,
Nikki?
18.
Okay, so the order will go Nick, and then Isaac. What did you get?
10.
And then one of the goblins. It'll be the boss, and then you, and then the other 2 goblins, and then so we'll say the goblin by the supplies will go second in the goblin order, and then the one standing by the boss will go last because he's slow and he still has a piece of bat hanging out of his mouth. He's like, oh, one sec. But Nikki L. Baki, what would you like to do?
I would like to do my cantrip of vicious mockery on whoever is closest to me.
Okay, that's probably the one with the piece of bat.
Are they trying to attack me, or are they not attacking me?
They're probably going to attack you.
They're attacking me right away. Okay. Yeah, whoever's closest to me then. I will hit with some vicious mockery. They have to do a wisdom saving of 13.
Wisdom save
very
13.
low.
That's tough for a goblin though.
Yeah, probably not very smart.
Well, he rolled an 11 and his wisdom's -1. So, what do you say to the goblin as your vicious?
I say, "You're so poor, you can't afford better than bats." And...
No! And how much damage did you take?
2.
He takes 2. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the one with a bat hanging out of his mouth is takes a little bit of psychic damage. Does that do anything else, or he's just?
Oh shoot! Actually, yes. I think he gets disadvantage on.
He just has inner trauma.
No. He takes disadvantage next attack roll.
Ooh. Okay, we can make a note of that. All right. Then we have the goblin boss who is at the campfire and begins making his way towards Isaac, but doesn't walk past Jake because he's at the campfire, goes to Isaac, and he decides to swing at him with his own scimitar. And he gets not good. Does a 10 hit your AC?
No, it does not.
Okay, so you see this goblin. I want to paint this picture for everybody. So Ike has been training for this his whole life. You want me to call you Ike, Hammy, Bumhard?
Whatever rolls off the tongue, honestly.
It's gonna swap, and it's gonna be great for the listeners at home. But so you see Ike stand there, still with his chalk and rope in hand. And a goblin runs up and tries to swing at him, and as he swings, the bouncer reflexes kick in, and he just hollows himself back and dodges out of the way, but continues to strut heroically without even a hesitation.
Yeah, and when I do that, I'm gonna go, I need to see some ID.
Perfect. All right, Isaac, it is your turn.
All right, I guess I'm gonna swing at the big boss,
Okay.
and I'm with my Warhammer,
Heck yeah.
and I'm gonna get a 21.
Ooh,
21 hit.
that definitely hits.
All right.
Oh, real quick, this is probably important. We talked about what you guys looked like in the bar. What does Ike Hand-Me-Down Bumhart look like in his adventuring gear? Is he still wearing the cut-off commoner shirt? Is he what's he equipped with? Give me a full. What's his adventuring vibe versus his barkeep vibe?
So he tried to cut off the sleeves to his chainmail armor, and
Okay.
he got like halfway through the first one when he was like, I can't be doing that. So part of his chainmail armor is even more hand-me-down looking, to where part of it's just like
Perfect.
hanging off his shoulder.
I'm
Other
gonna
than
make
that,
a note of that.
classic adventurer gear. Nothing really too special. He's got the big warhammer in one hand and a rope. He would have a shield in his left hand, but he's dragging chalk on rope. So that's on his back at the moment.
That's pretty responsible to, in combat, still have the chalk.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so that definitely hits. Go ahead and tell me how much damage it does.
All right, he's gonna do 6 damage.
Ooh, listen, that doesn't sound like a lot. These are goblins. You got to remember that. So you bring it down, and it just, like cartoon style hammer on the head. You just whack-a-mole this goblin, and you see him buckle to his knees, and he's not quite dead, but he is very, very not happy with the state that you've put him in. He is bloodied. For those at home actually following the D&D guidebooks. Next up, we have the goblin that was making his way around patrolling the area, and he starts to make his way towards what he thinks is his closest target, Hand-Me-Down, but happens to walk right past Avocado. Avocado, do you do anything as he's on the other side of the supplies?
Yes, I immediately swing with my scimitar.
Okay, give me a attack roll with advantage because you're spooky.
18.
That will hit.
And I do 1 damage plus 1 slashing damage.
You do 2 whole damage. Heck yeah, we got people. It does the same amount of damage as a poor joke. All right. So you swing over top of the supplies and you try to slice this goblin's head clean off, but he sees it coming at the last moment and ducks down a little bit, and you just lop off the top of his hair and a little bit of his forehead. You basically scalp the guy without actually doing that much damage. And he goes, "Hey, where'd this guy come from?" And now that will be where your order is. So you go right before this little goblin. Do you want to do anything as a bonus action or just?
Yes, can I use my phase step to create space between myself and put me closer to Nikki for the next part of the fight?
Phase, is that Misty Step?
On my character sheet, it says phase step.
It's the same.
What
thing.
is phase?
It's you're an elf, right?
Druid.
No, this is
Oh, no.
different. Oh, this
I
is
don't know
sick.
what that is. Just kidding.
It's a teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see.
How many times can you do this?
2 times per long rest.
Dang. It's basically Misty Step on steroids. All right, yeah. Go for it. Okay, so you are right next to Nikki now?
Yep, and as I teleport, so my character, just so everybody knows what it looks like in battle, sticking with the autumn theme, I've got, long red hair and a man bun. I've got armor that is encrusted in copper leaves, but the leaves are loose. So as I teleport and land, I still get the effect of landing because I teleport like a foot over the ground, and so you see all the leaves flap as I land.
Wow. Painting a beautiful word picture. It's like the autumn leaves falling down. So magical.
Exactly.
Anyway, here's a gross goblin. It's the one that was by the campfire. He still has a piece of bat hanging out of his mouth, and he just got told that he's poor and that his favorite food is bad. So he has disadvantage on this attack. And he, after hearing this poor joke, charges right at old Nick L. Bach. And he goes ahead and gets halfway there, stops and goes, "Oh, wait, what am I doing?" And pulls out his short bow and tries to shoot you in the face. And does a 10 hit?
No, 14 is my.
Yeah, right. All right. So luckily that was, I didn't even do the disadvantage, so it was, let me double check. Yep, it was worse. So he shoots at you, and he's just like, wait, what if I am poor? And he begins to like scratch his head and shoots the ceiling instead and goes, oh, whoopsie. And that's his whole turn. And we are back up to the beginning with Nikki the Bard.
Aha. I cast. Well, first, I am very impressed with Ovakadu, who has appeared right next to me, and I give him some finger guns and bardic inspiration.
Reasonable.
So you can add to your next. You can add it. It's for 10 minutes, so you can add it whenever you want in 10 minutes. You get to add it to an attack roll, a saving throw, or an ability check.
Perfect.
And you can wait until after the roll to do it, but not until he tells you whether or not it hits.
I'm going to start a timer the moment that combat is over. That way I don't forget.
Okay. I'm kind of assuming he'll use it for combat, but anyways, and then I'm going to cast, that was a bonus action. I'm going to cast, would you say that the group is like pretty together? Like the bad guys are pretty close together?
I would actually say they're pretty far apart. So you got the one that charged at you and then scratched his head a little bit. You have the one still by the campfire where he is fighting Isaac in what he thinks is hand-to-hand combat, but he's really just getting his... can you bleep for me real quick, Jake? He's getting his... All right. Beep isn't working. But...
Oh. I thought you said blink. I was like...
Anyway, he's getting his pushed in. And then you also have the one over by the supplies who just had Elf disappear out of his range. So they're actually all very far apart.
Okay. Never mind on that then. I'm going to cast... Actually... Yeah. I'll cast Sleep. Just at level 1, I think, here. And so I roll 5d8. And that is how many hit points it does. And then we see if shoot, where'd it go? Sleep.
For those listening at home, we are all at level 3.
Yes.
So that is why they have access to spells. If we made them level 1, they would go in and die, and that would be the end of the show. And that would be sad.
Okay, so it says I roll 5d8. This is how many hit points it can affect. So d8. $16. So I put 16 worth of points.
Okay. All 3 of the goblins fall asleep.
Nice.
They just...
And then I say, go team!
Okay. You guys are effectively out of... How long are they asleep for?
An hour, I think.
Okay. Yeah. You guys are all out of combat. There's 3 goblins that were just trying to fight you.
Oh, no, I'm a liar. Sorry. It only lasts a minute. So...
Okay.
So
well, then you would still get 10 rounds of free combat. So I'm going to say this fight is over.
Okay.
You can choose to attack them while they're down, and then you can go through their camp as long as you want. You can just leave.
I tell them to start going to the right, but then I stop Ike and I say, hey, can I borrow that chalk? And I borrow it and I write and a big L on the boss's forehead. And then we leave.
I'm gonna say, oh wait, is my mic on? Yeah, I'm gonna say Ike thinks that Nickelback just insta-killed 3 goblins, and I'm gonna start outlining their bodies with the chalk.
And you're doing all of this in 1 minute?
Yeah,
perfect.
I'm just gonna run around really fast. I do have the one boot of swiftness, whatever it's called.
Yep. You do have 1 boot of swiftness. This is important. So you have 1 boot that allows you to move faster, but you're supposed to have both for it to work. So you're able to just like hop really quickly sometimes.
Perfect.
And
Yeah,
why
I'm
do you
just,
only have one boot?
Hand-me-downs, not a lot of new stuff in a family of 14.
Nikki looks at Ike and says, "Hey, that's a nice one boot you got there, sir."
Thank you. It's my only magical possession.
It's real
Heck yeah.
nice. Shall we go? This only
All right.
lasts 1 minute, people. So I start off towards the right exit.
Guys,
a
hear
hero
me out.
always helps investigators.
I'm hearing you out, Uvakadu.
Hear me out. Let's kill him and take this stuff. Who knows what we could find? We already see piles of armor over there. We could take it. There's maybe better armor than what we have. There's maybe weapons over there. I think it's worth exploring. And
You're a little murdery guy, aren't you, Uvakadu?
no, I'm completing the mission. You hired me for a mission. I'm doing us a favor.
I thought they were already dead.
They're
They're
asleep.
just asleep.
They're asleep.
We got to teach
If
this
you-
guy about magic.
I start getting rid of the chalk around their bodies so no one gets confused when they walk in.
All right, if you'd like to kill them, be my guest, sir.
Or
But I don't like to get my hands dirty, so
another idea.
okay, I'm listening.
Ike, how bad do you need to carry that rope with you? Because we could just tie them up with the rope and then come back later and untie them. I think they're going to be sufficiently afraid of us.
You guys have about 10 seconds until they start waking
Tie
up.
them with rope, quick.
A hero always
tie
has
them
to
with
know
rope.
where he came from.
I mean, you still have the
The
chalk.
bar, Nikki starts tying them all with rope. Ties them all together.
Okay.
And
Pick.
starts
I'm going
tying-
to say you guys took long enough. Pick 2 to tie together with rope.
Okay. The goblin, the big guy, and
So the
one that
leader?
the leader, and then the one I did not insult because I'd like to insult him some more.
Okay. So you effectively and efficiently tie together the boss and the one that seemed to be dangerous, and you just have poor Mr. Wallace standing there, and he rubs his eyes a little bit and goes, "Oh, I already needed that nap. What was happening again? Ah!" And he sees his boss and his friend tied up. We're to say that they have like the leftover bat in their mouth, so they can't really talk. And Isaac standing over them with his warhammer, like flexing his muscles a little bit, looking menacing. He goes, what are you going to do to them?"
Nothing. You
hero-
can play your cards right.
A hero never. And then I open a little pocketbook that just has a bunch of hero quotes in it from when I was little, and I just look through it.
What do you want?
A hero never.
While he's
hurts
doing
their
that,
enemy
Sir,
when they're
good
down.
goblin, sir. We want your information on the prince, of course. What you really know.
I don't even know where we are. I'm
Alright.
just
Then
I'm
we
just
want your
here.
belongings.
Okay. And he just starts stripping, like taking his pants and his shirt off.
Whoa,
and,
whoa, whoa. Not your clothes. Just turn out your pockets, good sir.
Oh, okay. And he pulls his pockets out, and you see a like paper clip. You see some pocket lint, and you see one gold coin come out, and it starts to like roll towards you. And as it rolls towards you, you notice it's not a real gold coin. It's a gold, like chocolate wrapped in a gold foil that's like melted a little bit. He goes, "Well, that's everything I have."
I would like you to sit down so we can tie you up.
Oh, okay. And he sits down so you can begin to tie him up. Then you guys are going to, I assume, go through the camp.
I checked the leader's pockets first.
Okay. The leader's pockets have a little bit of a map inside of them, which reveals to you only essentially the next 2 rooms. So to the left, he has a big circle. It's walled off, and it just has pictures of spikes with a "Don't go here. Fred was lost." And then on the other side, it just has in big, like almost Sharpie like writing. It just says gel. Jel. With the E backwards.
Attention! An announcement from the king. Wait, I don't know how to read. Can someone else do this?
Hey guys, it's Mike, your dungeon master, your dungeon Mike, and your best friend. Yes, I stole that from the Adventure Zone. If you haven't heard them, go check it out. That podcast rules. Want to take a moment and just thank one of our sponsors. Shout out to Dubby. It's a gitterless energy drink. Those of you that drink 100 coffees a day or are rotating between bangs and monsters, give Dubby a try. Use code FFRPG at checkout. You'll get a little money off. We get a little money back. Maybe one of these days we can buy Isaac a mic. So, thanks for listening. If you're enjoying it, be sure to tweet out with the hashtag tablesized, and there's a chance that your name could be used as an NPC. If you have item ideas or anything like that, feel free to use the same hashtag. Thanks for listening, and let's get back to the show.
What do you guys think? Don't go or gel?
I feel like we should go to gel.
I like where your brain is at, my man.
What if it's just leg?
Onward.
What if it's just leg spelled backwards? Because the L was backwards.
Hear me out.
That is a good observation.
These goblins are idiots. This very well could mean jail, and they
That's what
just
I was-
don't know how to spell.
I like where your brain is at too, good sir.
Thank you, Nickelback. Did I pronounce that right?
You can call me Nikki.
Nikki, perfect. Nickelback. Nikki Elback. Yeah, I'll just stick with Nikki. That's much easier.
All right. Have you adventurers decided where you would like to go?
We are
we're
going
going-
to the gel, but before that, I would like to look around for any spare weapons.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
19.
All right. With a 19, you're able to rummage through their belongings and get most of the important things. You pick up what looks to be one day's supplies of assorted food. You picked up a couple of like beef jerky. At least you hope that it's beef. You pick up some fruit that they've picked up from somewhere that you can't recognize. And then you also notice that the plate mail is imbued with some kind of a magical quality. Give me a little Arcana check.
20.
Give me one moment. I'm going to read exactly what it is. Na 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 na.
The app I have on my phone to roll dice is juiced apparently today,
Yeah, this is
except for that one damage
disgusting.
roll.
But do you have real dice?
So
I
it
do.
is.
Do you want me to get them? Because I will. They're right there.
Oh,
They're
you,
like
you
on
need
the
to,
other side of this desk.
you need to get the real dice.
All right, give me 2 seconds.
Okay. While he's grabbing those, you pick up. It is called the Poor Man's Armor of Resistance. So it is heavy armor. It is plate mail, and once it is attached to somebody, it has to stay with them unless it is magically removed. And you will have resistance to one type of damage when you wear this armor.
Oh.
Which
Interesting.
resistance means that you will take half damage from that. So big old plate mail for
But you have
whoever.
to wear it?
Once you put it on, you can't take it off
Oh gosh.
unless it is magically removed.
Huh.
Wow.
Amelia, what do you
So-
think? Or Nickelback, what do you think about that?
Well, isn't Uvakadu the one who picked it up? So he's
I
got to decide
think
what to do with it.
I don't know.
It's like-
Can he or you wear plate armor?
I can wear light armor, but
Mm.
yes, and I am wearing light armor, but Nikki is from a wealthy family and enjoys the finer things. So
It's got like little.
That's
poor
how
man's Elven.
that's how he was able to become a follow his dream of music and being a bard and working for the queen was because his family's wealthy.
Mm.
So
Even in fantasy times, nepotism is alive and well. Love to hear it.
Nikki's family supports him through his music career.
as all great music majors can attest to. But so Avocado, I don't know how much that you caught, but it is poor man's armor of resistance. So they will have resistance to one type of damage when they wear this armor. It is heavy armor. And once they put it on, they have to keep it on unless magically removed.
So you can't take it off.
Does anybody want this? Because it sounds like a bit of a problem.
Nikki's face is like one of like mild disgust. Like,
Poor people.
no, thank you, good sir.
I think that sounds like it's just up Hammy's alley. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no.
Hammy does love hand-me-down.
In the picture books Hammy grew up with, he never saw the hero out of their armor. So why do they take it off?
Is it heavy armor? Is that what it is?
Yep.
Can Hammy wear heavy armor?
Hammy is already wearing chainmail, so
Okay.
I think
Yeah?
I think I can wear heavy armor. Yeah, he can wear heavy armor.
I think Hammy
Alright.
wants it.
Hammy's got to rip off his hand-me-down chainmail,
Sweet.
chainmail, and throw on that heavy armor
Heck yeah.
whenever it comes off.
Right.
You,
This trip is already paying for itself, isn't it? And Nikki gives Hammy a slap on the back.
Hammy, what was your armor class before?
It was 16 without my shield. So
Awesome. Go ahead and make a note. It is still 16, and I'm going to roll to tell you what you're resistant to, but then also you're going to have to roll to see if you can feel it just in your vibes.
Oh, I see.
Because otherwise, how would we know? So give me an Arcana check.
Arcana check. Sorry, I'm still getting used to all this.
That's
Ooh,
all right.
Arcana is -1, so we'll see how
Heck
that
yeah.
works.
Love that.
Ooh, 13.
13. I will say it either gives you resistance to cold or fire, but you don't know that. You don't know which one, but you're either not going to freeze or you're not going to burn, and I guess we'll find out.
Hell yeah. All right.
Onward,
right.
gents.
Cool. As you move through this cave, like I said, the left looked a little more inviting, but it ended up with spikes on it that said RIP to our good friend. As you move through to the next area, you see to your left a rickety wooden bridge that clearly looks like that was a way that you were not supposed to be going. And you see to your right a room with weird obsidian floor, and the ceilings are much higher than any other part of the cavern. It seems like this is almost like a main area for you to enter, and that is the direction that the adventurers are moving. So all of you give me a perception check.
18.
19.
Okay. You notice that the obsidian floor is littered with pressure plates.
Whoa, gentlemen! Looks like we've got some traps on our hands. Watch out for the floors.
All right, we will find out if the floor is in fact lava in the next episode of the Knights of the Appropriately Shaped Table.
We are the knights of the appropriately shaped table.